Well, if this isn't the golden age of quarterback play, even though many veteran QBs of the league are either injured or on their way out, this sport seems to be in good hands with rookies and young guns stepping up to the plate each and every week. Now let's get into some football.
Are you ready for some football? It's a coronavirus party! Get your burgers, get your beers, sit your fat asses down. We're about to play some football coming up in every town.
Welcome to TNN NFL Sunday Kickoff. Hello and welcome back to yet another installment of TNN NFL Sunday Kickoff. I'm your host Jasyn Smith, and yes, I done did fucked up last week, but hey, at least I got a new tie, because it's out with the old and in with the new news, as we dive straight into the dirt with this week's breakdown. Bills at Cardinals. Hail Murray! The young gun Kyler Murray and the alluded-to killer DeAndre Hopkins are back at it again with a spectacular performance at home against the Bills in Week 10. Now, Josh Allen and his fellow pass catchers had a great game as well, by all means. But down 26-30 with well under a minute to go in the game, the young gun fired a mortar 40 yards down the field while the alluded-to killer showed that there's no need for illusions anymore after committing triple homicide in the end zone. This man had 3 defenders all over him and the ball, yet he still went up over their heads, snatched the ball out of the air, and ripped it out of their hands for the touchdown with 1 second left on the clock. Despite being beat by 3-2 in the Dolphins, as well as being in the best division in the league, this team earned themselves a top spot, sitting pretty at the top of the NFC West with a 6-3 record. However, not for long, as the Seahawks now have a leg up on them in the playoff race, taking down the Cardinals on Thursday Night Football. This should make for an exciting close to the season for the NFC West. Colts at Titans. Speaking of Thursday Night Football, although it feels like weeks ago, the Colts traveled down to the Music City to take on the division-leading Titans in an AFC South battle for the division. Old Man Rivers put away his inconsistencies for a night and delivered a well-balanced and well-executed performance. Between Nyheim Hines bursting through tackles, catching balls out of the backfield for short gains, and Phillip Rivers driving the ball down the field with big throws, this was an electric performance for the Colts. Shit, fan favorite Jacoby Brissett even got the honors to put the game away with a dagger in the form of a perfect QB sneak. As for the Titans, Derrick Henry looked beastly as always, but sadly their special teams looked like little chihuahuas out there with all bark and no bite. Starting off with their third punter this year, Trevor Daniel kicking a horrifying 17-yard punt and making up for it with a terrible blocked punt that was returned for a touchdown. At this point in the game, it was apparent that it simply was not the Titans' night, as the two perpetrators of this block kick were none other than E.J. Speed, who sped around the Titans linemen to greet the punter with a knife-ripe can of whoop-ass, and T.J. Carey, who scooped up the ball and carried it to the promised land. This touchdown was obviously a prophecy of the football gods just waiting to be fulfilled since the day EJ sprinted and TJ scooped and scored their way out of the womb. All I have to say is good luck to the next punter who rolls through Nashville for a cup of coffee. Gostkowski ain't doing too hot either with his misses. Ravens at Patriots. Well, Sunday Night Football brought us a romp in the rain as the Ravens traveled to stormy New England to take on the Patriots. It was all about the run and short pass all night long in this one as the torrential downpour skewed visibility of the field at points throughout. However, before the rain could really shake things up, Rex Burkhead opened up the game with 2 beautiful touchdown receptions in the first half. One dunker he hustled in for a score, as well as one shocking and gorgeous deep ball from Patriots wide receiver Jacoby Myers. He dropped the pig straight into the bucket in double coverage. Not surprisingly, Meyer was a high school QB and wasn't happy about making the switch, making me believe he may have just weaseled his way into a passing audition, considering Cam can't seem to throw for more than 150 yards against a good defense if his wardrobe depended on it. On the flip side, Lamar Jackson was seeming to put together a solid comeback just as the weather was starting to come undone. Fighting to keep pace with the Steelers in the AFC North, the Ravens had few opportunities to take back this game, and when it came down to it, each one seemed like the New England Storm was a 12th man on the field, causing ugly drops, horrendous ball handling, and botched snaps. In the end, Bill Belichick and his black voodoo weather magic pulled out in a win when the Ravens needed one most. Should be interesting to watch that storm of football. Yes. Chargers at Dolphins. The Chargers traveled back east to Miami to take on the Dolphins in a face-off of the rookies. Justin Herbert versus Tua Tagovailoa. Gamer versus gamer. Tua and the Dolphins came out swinging with a dart to Jakeem Grant for a touchdown, putting him up 14-zip. But not just yet, Mr. T, cause Justin my Herbert isn't going down without a fight. Putting up 14 unanswered points with some darts of his own, Herbert attempted to flip the script and force the Dolphins to blow the lead this time. Only he threw a costly interception on the following drive, seemingly halting any momentum gained from the last. That seemed to be the difference of the game as 2-0 Tua made a comeback, throwing for 2 touchdowns. And what's that, Mr. Herbert? Is that 0 interceptions? You know I love you, buddy, but don't force Tyrod's lung to go down in vain. You know this man is as hot as could be, coming fresh out of the gate, and you're playing for a notorious choking organization. You gotta protect the football and will your way to a win. But that's exactly what Tua did, driving down the field for the game-leading field goal and putting it away with a lengthy and well-executed closing drive. This weekend...
Holy shit!
Well, I have plenty to choose from for this weekend.
Holy shit!
From DeAndre Hopkins to Trevor Daniels, the crops are ripe for the picking. However, I want to talk about Tua Tackle Yo Ass Tagovailoa.
Holy shit!
This man's got some hits. After a botch snapped and numerous botch recoveries, Nick Vigil of the Chargers finally scooped the ball up and looked as though he'd take it to the house and score. Only take your ass out Tua had different plans, catching up to Vigil and put his ass on the ground. Now, it wasn't the prettiest of tackles by any means, but this kid doesn't give up the ball, well, at all, in the 3 games he started so far, so he wasn't about to have the Chargers team score on him because the center can't snap a damn football. He raced down the field ripping and clawing on this beast of a linebacker until he finally got a grip of him and put him down with the help of a teammate. I don't know about you guys, but I love this man's energy, and I can't wait to see what kind of professional quarterback he shapes out to be. Holy shit! And now for This Week in Fantasy! Whoa! Timmy! Why you gotta go sneaking up on me in the middle of my Pong tournament? I was on a roll, Timmy! Oh, you've come here for something of actual use this week in fantasy, huh? Oh yeah, you've got Drew Brees, don't you? Well, don't you worry your snotty little nose, Timmy, cause Great Uncle Frank has got you covered. Drew Brees may be out, but his 2 backups certainly aren't scrubs. Jameis Winston was set to get the start against the division rival Falcons. However, head coach Sean Payton threw the league a curveball, giving the start to everyone's favorite backup, well, everything, Taysom Hill. Now, this is an exciting opportunity for Hill after shredding the league in passing, running, and catching. But that's not to say there's no risk by any means. This young man may have shredded the league like lettuce, but only in short, usually one-play spurts. So how will Hill perform in a full 60 minutes of football?
Well, I expect the Saints to get very creative with a quarterback you can put just about anywhere on the field at any given moment. Plus, when you've got security blanket Kamara in your backfield, it's hard not to put up points and look like a superstar doing it. Just ask my boy Drewy Brees. Ha, yeah, he knows what I mean. Now scram, Timmy! I've got to get myself back to the top of the leaderboards! Ah.
And that was This Week in Fantasy!
Yes! I've done it! I win! Oh, yes! Why can't I do this in my fantasy league?
Well, that'll about wrap us up for today. And from all of us here from TNN NFL Sunday Kickoff, we hope you enjoy your Week 11 slate of games. And remember, don't fuck with Tua. That man will put you on your ass.
Tua Tagovailoa, Tua Tagovailoa, Tua Tagovailoa, Tua Tagovailoa, Tua Tagovailoa, Tua Tagovailoa.
Where am I?
No, I would never be content in Santa Barbara.
Am I right, Internet?